Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to AI Discovery Assistance, turning website visits into student enrollments. Today's session is about how education institutions can turn website traffic into real enrollment outcomes. Not more leads, not more forms, but better student decisions that convert into applications. We'll focus on what's broken in traditional discovery and how AI discovery assistants can change these experiences. Karthik brings hands-on experience modernizing higher ed websites using Drupal and WordPress. And I work closely with higher ed institutions evaluating AI discovery, adoption challenges, and ROI. Between us, we've seen how discovery friction directly impacts enrollment. We've changed our name to Binary Works to better position ourselves as a forward-thinking company in the tech world. We'll start a discussion today with the economics behind enrollment that often go unspoken, then move into what AI discovery assistants are and how they change the enrollment playbook. We'll cover real conversion angles, deployment, and where student discovery is headed next. Enrollment isn't just a marketing challenge, it's an economic one. Every unanswered question, drop off, or delay has a real cost. Let's break that down across the biggest cost drivers. On average, institutions spend close to $3,000 per enrollment. The number goes higher for graduate and professional programs. When tuition revenue looks healthy, the cost is easy to ignore. But inefficiencies at scale quickly eat into margins and budgets. Enrollment is rarely a single interaction. Students move through weeks or months of emails, calls, content, and follow-ups. What's striking is that many institutions don't fully track effort per enrollment. That means inefficiencies exist, but it's largely invisible. A large portion of enrollment cost is human effort. Admission teams answer the same eligibility, deadline, and fee questions every day. Private institutions often require more staff per enrolled student, increasing costs further. Manual effort slows response times and decision cycles. Digital ad spends continues to rise. Many universities spend $800,000 or more, with some far exceeding that. The challenge isn't traffic, it's that paid traffic often lands on websites that aren't built to guide decisions. The website is where most enrollment decisions begin, but it's often treated as a static brochure. When students can't find answers quickly, ad spend and recruiter effort are wasted. The website quietly becomes the biggest leak in the funnel.
Hey John, sorry, for some reason, yeah, it's not going.
Okay, students compare universities to digital leaders, not peer institutions. They expect instant answers, personalization, and clarity. But most university sites still rely on navigation, PDFs, and delayed responses. This mismatch creates friction immediately. Most universities' sites still rely on menus, PDFs, and delayed follow-ups. The gap creates early drop-offs and lost enrollment opportunities. Many students leave after viewing just one page, not because they're uninterested, but because they're confused. When discovery fails in the first few seconds, traffic is lost before intent can form. And admission teams repeatedly answer the same questions. This consumes 30 to 40% of staff time, yet much of this effort has low enrollment impact. It's necessary work, but not strategic work. When counselors spend time clarifying basics, they lose time advising qualified prospects. Follow-ups slow down, decisions take longer, and costs per enrollment rises as cycles stretch. And now I'll turn the discussion over to Karthik, who will explain AI discovery assistants and how they change the enrollment playbook.
Thanks, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone. And this is Karthik. I'm one of the AI architects on with Binary Works, previously known as Drupal Partners. So, as John explained, the current enrollment processes and the difficulties through the enrollment channel. So we're going to discuss about how we can tackle this using modern AI discovery assistance. So, like, what is an AI discovery assistant? So, a AI discovery assistant is not a bot. It is basically an embedded AI, kind of an engine which is prospected into your website and gets the right interacts with the students at the right time and gives them the right answers, understands the context the student is trying to ask, and then gives them the right answers and provides a more personalized responses and guides the students in the right direction and call to actions. Okay. So the key AI discovery, assistant, the traditional search is basically kind of a semantic or an indexed or a keyword based search. So which is what this AI assistant is kind of tackling. So basically, it does a semantic, more context based search than keywords, right? So the AI discovery assistant understands the intent and context. And for example, a student comes and asks a question like, I didn't study math, but I want to do a computer science program. What are the programs available to, right? So this is a question a student might have, but in the modern websites, there is no direct answers to that. The student has to do their own research on the website to go where they want, right? So that is what this discovery assistant solves. It is more intent based and context based than keyword based. And then the responses it provides are more conversational and unpersonalized, right? So it gives them or guides them in the right direction, giving them the right call to action guidance. And it also helps in identifying cross content answer unification, like for example, not just the website content alone. Like if the data is there in a PDF document or a FAQ or whatever data format it is on the website, the assistants can index all the content and it can throw the correct content to the end user. Okay. And we can also the it also helps do the self check, by answering certain questions. And also, if the user can post their current scenario, and it also does the qualification analysis and tells whether they are eligible or what programs they would be eligible in a more faster way than sending an email to admin enrollment panel and waiting for responses for a few more days. So it basically fills up a content gap and and it provides you the question intelligence. And moreover, it provides you a 24/7 automated kind of a support channel. Okay. So, like, this is how a typical kind of scenario in a university, some of the universities that we support which are using the AI assistant. We are just trying to show you a quick video from one of our customer pages. So if someone is asking a question like, I want to learn, applied, psychology, so it quickly, in a few seconds, it indexes all the content and gets them the right answers. It tells them, about the psychology department in that particular university, what are the key features of the program, the requirements of it, and what are the next steps. It also guides them the next steps by giving them like links or call to action buttons. And sometimes it also creates follow-up questions on its own. Okay, so for example, if someone is, it tells them the fee structure, and if they're very specific on, questions like fees, it guides them in the right, direction. It takes them to a correct, fee structure pages as well. So this is just a quick example. Okay. Now, this is the AI features that we talked about. How we are planning to deploy this, right? So, it's looking into this, feature which is more context oriented, more AI driven, and also, um, you know, it looks little complex on the deployment side if you're using a Drupal site or a WordPress site where the website is content heavy, and you have like different content types, catalog structures, and data structures to be deployed. But the answer is quite simple. The AI assistants, generally more modern AI assistants, comes with a lightweight script, so it is easy to add, in a very quick, less steps. So implementation starts with a single lightweight script added to the header. No more CMS changes or any architectural changes that are required to be done on the back end of the website. It also comes with some kind of identity management, so you can also manage the admin and other users who will be using, like, what content that you wanted to show to the end users. Those kind of governance and identity management can also be done. And the most important thing is, like, this AI feature is a continuous learning kind of an engine. So it's called reinforcement learning. So basically, for more the questions, more the data, the accuracy is going to be improved down the line. Okay, and the most important thing, you no need to rebuild or restructure your Drupal content management or any other WordPress content management system anymore. Acts as a third layer on top of what your current architecture is. Okay. So the other question, like, most of our customers in the educational space ask us is like, we have different types of content. Will the AI assistant will be indexing all the content? Yes, the answer is yes. Starting from your website content, which is publicly available, on top of, any other documents, through, PDF or assets, downloadable assets that you have, even through images. And it also goes through your different content structures and program, like, academic and program documents, admission and policy, different. It also separates them into like different context, whether it's admissions or other academics. So it separates them into different contexts, along with FAQ questions that you have, any knowledge bases or external sources of data for knowledge bases, internal portals that you have. So everything can be feed into the AI assistant. Okay, even external data like social media feeds that are very specific to your websites, all those data can also be fed into the AI assistant. Okay. And so the next question is like, how fast would it will scale, right? Like as I showed in the example in the previous window, right? So the responses would be like will be less than one, we typically aim for a less than 1 second response. So though this is indexing lots of content, that's the power of AI. The kind of the GPU servers on the behind that. So it kind of crawls the entire content, does a semantic search, context-based search, and brings the more relevant answer in a less than 1 second. Okay, and it is capable of handling like high volume, more than can support like 10,000 concurrent simultaneous student queries at the same time. And as I said earlier, it is always available as a 24/7 guided support. Okay. So yeah, we discussed about, the architecture, no website rebuild is needed, quick to deploy and existing sites without redesigning pages. Okay. So yeah, like the other aspect is like institutional control. Like whether whether the most important question is like whether this AI assistant is like fully secured, it is following the governance practices. Yes, the AI assistant is institution control. It follows the GDPR, FERPR compliant and fully protects the student data. Any sensitive student information will be encrypted and will be it follows the basic compliant guidelines as well. So now the other the important factor like where this AI as discovery assistant lives in the website, like whether it's on the home page or what are all the pages, right? So typically this AI assistant can be added into like multiple places or multiple areas, like starting from your search. You can use it as embed inside your assistant inside the search and convert your existing keyword specific search into a more AI driven semantic context based kind of an assistant. And then you can also use it as a chat engine along with your current chat engine. You can integrate this AI assistant and start using it as a chat. And also you can utilize this inside, embed this in across your website in your home page, or on the program pages. You can on a particular program page, like if you someone asks a question on that particular program, the AI assistant can be included in that as well. So it also embedded all across the website, not just on a certain page. It can be embedded all across the program pages, as I said, as a chat assistant, or embedded inside the search and across all other program pages. Okay. So now let's discuss about the different conversion angles and enrollment teams in admin and log. So um, like this is how the website will be changing, like when you like the world is changing more towards AI enablement. Like the current website is completely user driven, right? So the user has to do their own research to find the right answers, and if they are not able to find the right answers, they have to send an email, wait for answers from the admin, enrollment admins to reply back, and then it's a long traditional process, right? So if you have a AI kind of an enrollment journey, so it is more a question-led journey, right? So it is more conversational and answers all the questions, and it gives more personalized responses and guides them with the correct call to actions on the first instant itself. Okay, the students can mostly do self progress across this process. Okay, so the students can move their forward at their own pace, and you can also personalize their experience by saving their current progress on the enrollment. And when they come back the next time, they doesn't need to start all the way back from the starting. They can start from where they left on the enrollment process. Okay, and the most important thing is the unified information. Though it is going to collect data from all different sources, the information it is going to share is more unified and also more accurate. Whereas in the previous processes, there might be outdated data in one place which would have not been manually corrected. So the user might end up in seeing a wrong data and taking actions according to that in one place. And because though since the data is being multiple places, the same data is being shown. If there are possibility in the current scenario, the humans make error where they will not be able to convert all the data. So those kind of issues and errors will be avoided by having a unified kind of a knowledge source. Okay. So typical outcome of the enrollment team sizes is like program recommendation journeys. Like we have seen with this implementation with our existing higher ed institutions, they have increased the engagement rate by 20-35% on the enrollment side. especially from the recommendation price, recommending the right program based on the questions the student is asking, and showing them the right path and guiding them with all the AI assistance, and with showing them the right guidances or call to actions. So we have seen a 20 to 35% higher program engagement, and it also helps doing a smart inquiry, as we have been discussing earlier, right? The 10 to 20% lift in the inquiry progression is happening. More students we see, are started using this, assistance, and the inquiry questions have increased by 20%. And also the right answers have been provided. And also, like, more important thing is, like, certain deadline clarifications or eligibility clarification questions are answered right at the beginning itself. So it saves lots of time for the student as well as for the enrollment admins. They don't need to answer the same for the same question to multiple people. So those kind of clarifications are done at a faster pace at the beginning stages itself. Okay, and before the student go to a particular program submission form or an inquiry form, the way it guides them, they were completely aware of what they are doing. So the questions they ask, it guides them the right direction. So they would be enrolling 80 to 90% of the times after the assistant, the students kind of enroll in the right programs. Okay. The benefits from the enrollment admin or the backend officers on the IREDs is like, this also gives you an intelligence report, the most asked questions from the students, or what are the emerging interests the students are posting on a regular basis, and where in the funnel the student is dropping off during the enrollment process. So it kind of gives you all those data, so through which they can design the program, curriculum structure, or even the enrollment process they can modify according to the students' intentions. Okay. And then content gap detection, like, see this AI assistants are going to index content from our website. Okay. So, and all the documents and data, files that we are providing through PDF and other kind of different data structures. So if there might be a scenario as to the question might not be answered, right, or unclear. So those scenarios, when they face the AI assistants, kind of takes them to a different call to action route, asking them to reach out to a actual person like an enrollment specialist, or giving their contact information or a form filling. And also to the admin users, so it also gives them a list of unanswered questions, so we can create content around that to resolve those kind of issues in future. Okay. And you can also customize this AI assistant to inside your branding. And you can also, the tracking engagement, you can kind of influence, like, what page depth it has to go, what are the inquiries it has to answer, like the biasness we should avoid. So all those kind of things can be optimized on the back end, and we can continuously monitor the accuracy and confidence monitoring on the channel. So it will tell us, like, the answer quality rate that it is given, like the based on the students benefits that we have seen, the enrollment number improvements that we have seen, the fallback rates, and when human escalation is needed. So based on all the data, the confidence monitoring and accuracy meter is also be sent to the enrollment specialist or admin, so they can take appropriate action according to the data. Okay. We do offer a pilot program. Like, if you are in the higher ed space and if you wanted to try this out, we can, like, this is how we kind of, go after universities, and all the universities have tested and working with us have been using this. So you can start with a pilot program. We can pick up, like, high intent pages and show you, or, show you a demo with for example, like, start with the program pages, admission pages, or FAQs of, certain catalog or content types, and then train the AI assistant on those pages alone to begin with. like whether you are in Drupal or WordPress, whatever content management system that you are. So we can train that data with those high intent pages along with any other external sources you wanted to index, and we can measure the engagement and inquiry lift for those program pages alone. Okay, and if the and based on the success, we can expand this out to roll out to the other program pages also. That is how we work with most of the IRAs. So that is the I mean most successful kind of a roadmap for introducing a AI assistant into your website. Okay. So yeah, so that's the last part here is like this is the future, data predictions. So most of the institutions are, planning to adopt the AI powered discovery assistant. So almost like 80 to 85% have already started doing the discovery on this process. And some even have started, implementing a tool like what we have or some other tools. So search is the traditional search is losing the game. Students wanted to interact with websites. The websites have to turn a more an interactive website rather than like catalog static websites where someone has to go do their own search and go to the program link after link. Those kind of approach is kind of is not going to be existing anymore. So it has to be more conversational. It has to be more interactive, right? And like we have seen that early adopters will always have an advantage on the on any space. So like we have also done some interviews with students who have used our products for their enrollment and they're successful. And we have found that students compare universities that have these kind of experiences. They feel they are more advanced, and the AI guided discovery process have kind of reduced the timeline, and also it saved lots of valuable insights. It gave lots of valuable insights to them during the enrollment process. Okay. Having said that, we have come to the end of the session here. So as I said, we are also doing a 28-day free trial. So all of them who have been enrolled on this, will be receiving the podcast as well as the kind of an enrollment package. So if you're interested, so we can do a pilot program for 28 days for certain programs that you wanted to test this with, and then we can demo you the actual AI assistant with clear performance visibilities and analytics and dashboard, and then we can take the next step. And you will be I mean all the people who have enrolled will be receiving a coupon where you can register for the 28-day free trial. Questions? Thanks for joining, everyone, and we'll connect back with another podcast on a live streaming. Okay, thank you. Bye.